Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Batman Legends of the Dark Knight issue number 73 from DC Comics. This is the last part of the Werewolf saga with James Robinson and John Watkiss at the helm of this book. This is a little bit of a confusing one because there's a lot of players involved in here. So Batman is in London, and as Werewolf, there's some murders was happening in Gotham. Two of them, he gets a lead that he's going to London because of, murder attacks involving werewolves. He's working with a cop or an inspector called Coleman Nash. He's in search of the werewolf killer. Also, there's a lot of other people involved, like a crime lord called Tommy Twist, and he is the brother of the second victim. Also a crime lord and twin brother, and he wants to have revenge. And then we have also the wife of the presumably werewolf persona called, I believe it's called Blake. So, yeah. So Batman is basically contemplating, is that how thinking about everything that's happening here. And what he also, the dialogue is cool but different. So, for instance, it isn't enough. My time in Cape and Cowl, my time is Batman. Batman. I'm a creature of the night, but it's not its master. Not yet, I need. Why do I feel this way? In the city, London, the old and the new of it, so like Gotham, the grime, and yet so different. The brick, the cold, the rain, the tire shadow, all the same, and yet different. Something about this place causes me to not be the master of the city's nighttime. I like that. It's the writing is so different than what I'm normally used to. I think it's refreshing and also different, but also Batman-like, if that makes any sense, right? So he thinks about the players in town. So he says the morning began with Blake remaining free. Blake the werewolf, free and killing all and everyone he felt had wronged him in the past. Downey, the lawyer who represented Blake's wife in the divorce, appeared to be a last chance to snare the beast. In the lawyer's home, when a disguised police decoy, a lure for Blake, Downey was actually in a safe house. The location known only to the Inspector Nash, myself, and a small group of police guards, all armed, all ready. Downey talked to me. He talked about his children. He talked about the Bentley sports car he was restoring, and his laugh, ready and infectious. Elements of the man, his humanity. But all I could do was wait and dread, in hope that Blake, the werewolf Blake, would appear again. All right, like I said, it feels, if you can call it that, a crime noir with Batman in it, but then also not really crime noir. Like I said, it's maybe something in between. It feels so different. So Batman in disguise is not Matthew Malone, by the way, which is normally his disguise, is talking to Blake's ex-wife, and it seems that I think Blake killed her current husband. So now, while she was she was in divorce with Blake. She got, I believe, remarried after that to a guy, and he's dead now. So she said that her husband still received the letters of Blake because they are once living with each other, right? So this woman and Blake. And it seems that her dead husband all collected Blake's letters because because he was living in the house, and still papers and letters are coming to this house for reasons, right? I have that too. I'm living in this house for more than 15 years, and I still get letters from the previous owner. So I'm not sure if that owner is still around, but right? It happens once a year. And and she talks about something about a location in Clerkenwell. So Batman is has some kind of a lead, and it has some containers with stuff in it, right? Calm resolution. So he has toys and stuff. Batman calls it mad science. Also, but the maddest, strangest, saddest thing I found in dark, remote corner of this place, away from the gadgets, away from everything, but all dust and darkness, is this. I found a body in a state of preservation. So I recognized the man this once was. The strong jawline, the pronounced cheekbones. Charles Blake, long dead. I said, wait, what? Wait a minute. Blake was the werewolf, right? Or is he? I have hunted for Blake, and all along he wasn't the one. Long dead, many months. Why is he being, I don't know, preserved? So there's a letter. February 20. The moon is out, pulling the oceans. I hear the waves moan. Sorry. Though I am far from but I am far from them. The waves wail in torment, stretched and pulled by their lunar master, my lunar master. I, a wolf. I, Lupus. Wow, that's cool. So, this guy thinks he was a werewolf somehow, or maybe he's just mad. Also, some guy or maybe an old woman is ratting Batman out. So he or she calls Tommy the Tommy Twist. You know what I'm talking about? The crime lord wants to get rid of Batman for reasons, right? But then we read a little bit of the diary, and it's dialogue heavy. So bear with me. So basically, Blake talks about his divorce and that he was on the real strain, about that he is, I don't know, losing money, his business is failing, and the fact that he is his life is in shambles, right? I know I'm a werewolf. I feel the moon calling. I will transform. I cannot concentrate. And in the face of divorce and in the face of all that, I preserve. And until, what does it say? And I will bring those who have wronged me to their knees, right? The socket of a hip joint. Wondrous! Da Vinci knew this, knew the beauty of the anatomist table. So I thought to myself, what's going on here at some point? Is he, I don't know, Dr. Frankenstein? And then I saw this, and then it clicked, right? Maybe it clicked for you too. Bone and wire, right? Today's tests were better than I could possibly have imagined. Enchantment! The effects of it are like nothing I could possibly have. And so it goes on a little bit, and like I said, it's very dialogue heavy, and it seems that he is, when he was alive, he met his brother, and his brother, it seems, well, he is, I believe, an orphan, or the brother was an orphan. I'm not remember anymore, and they are, found each other, and they did some blood DNA, and because Blake was alone, he felt lost. And then now he was not lost and alone anymore. He has a brother, right? But somehow the brother went jealous because of what Blake was doing, because of his success of his work, something like that. And he also knew that his parents or his father killed his mother because he was a murderous sociopath or something. And now he fears that madness was transformed, or being how do you say? Sometimes people think that the things that your father or your mother did, that's been transferred into their DNA, and well, maybe you were a bad person too, right? That's what was Blake thinking about his brother, right? And so it went a little bit downhill from there, and Is madness hereditary? Many have written so. My lupine fears, I see they were nonsense. My anxieties manifested, I see that. But my brothers, on his eyes I see insanity. His actions are, he's proud of my work at one moment, proud, loving, and then hateful. Envious of my abilities, jealous of that he himself is cursed with such a prairie and hateful profession. His rage becomes terrifying. I fear for him, his mind. So I wonder, what do you mean with prairie and hateful procession? Could it be that the brother was a criminal? Maybe a murderer? That was I was thinking at first. We were gonna find out, right? So Batman is snooping, right? And then he finds a photo, but then he's getting shot by oh no, it's Tommy Twist, and also with him is Coratus. So Coratus is another murderer that Batman is hunting. Like I said, there's a lot of players in here, and so yeah, they are having a fight, right? And then Batman says something. I love to stay, but there's a life to save. I must go. Oh, wait, what? There's some criminals you need to get deal with, Batman. What's wrong with you? So he says, the werewolf twist, I know where, I know who. And you, I will beg for you, killer. You and I have a date. So he just leaves? I mean, I don't know, use a batarang to ensnare him, use gas, do whatever, punch him out, but, you know, maybe time's ticking, I don't know. So, anyway, so Tommy Twist is not happy, hunting for Batman. The safe house is close. Minutes by rooftop. That looks cool, man. I like the atmosphere. And then, oh no, it's Downey. So Downey is the again the attorney. Is it an attorney? Divorce attorney, I guess. Let me double check. The lawyer who represented Blake's wife in the divorce. Oh yeah, so this is a revenge thing. So it seems that Blake wants to kill the divorce lawyer because he was part of it. You know, he was wronged him. And there's this werewolf. So Batman comes in, saves the day, and but you know then the bad guys comes in too. Back all of you. This isn't how it seems, says Batman, right? And then, well, what is how it appears, eh? And so Carruthers grabs him. Is that what killed my brother, Lenny? Twist, no, it's not what. No, what? Who gives a toss? I ain't afraid. Twist is not listening. Come here, you hairy slag. And so he says, Carruthers, stop. But then it was too late. Tommy Twist, torn apart. You're the one I'm going to stop, to kill. In your dreams, Carruthers. Have pleasant ones. Twist, maniacal fool, he paid for his folly. If only he waited, listened, I could have told him. Nothing is what it seems. Gas mask in place, I breathe clean air, and slowly I see reality. All right, so he has, I don't know, a grenade, and then he throws at it, and oh no, it was not really a werewolf, it was a machine, a machination, a robot, what is it? I don't know. An automaton, maybe? And Carruthers and the others, because the police are coming in, cuff them quickly, guard them. Downey needs attention too. He's in shock. He needs... And then Batman is getting a signal, right? So Batman, communicator's beacon in my belt. I know what that is. So Batman goes away, and then Alfred is here too. So they go into the apartment, and Batman is confronting Nash. And Nash is the cop, right, that he's working with, the inspector. Nash, there's nothing you can do. The werewolf is destroyed, it's over. Man to man, hand to hand, you're no match for me. Drop the knife. After all the pain and death and violence, let's end this on a civilized note, shall we? Like gentlemen. Why not? And he's dropping his knife. So, who is this fellow? You killed a friend of Mr. Pennyworth here on your trip to Gotham City. All right. Oh, yeah. So I forgot that Nash here was sent to London for this case, I guess. I'm not sure how law works in other countries that, you know, people from my country can go to, I don't know, Germany or Poland to investigate or solve a crime. like I said, I'm not a police expert. Um, but then we have no fighting, but dialogue. The dialogue says, um, so he says, Hughes down, the doctor? Yes. Wanting to help, Penny was in my eyes, waiting for Blake to show. Except he couldn't. He's been dead all along. He killed himself, my brother. I hated them all. Driving him to suicide, taking Charlie from me. So Charlie is, I believe, the first name of, I guess, from Blake, Charles Blake, maybe? I don't know. I want him and all who crossed Charlie to pay. I saw the body, Nash. There was no suicide, not from the position of the knife sticking out of Charles Blake's chest. It was murder. By you, Nash. During one of your jealous rages Blake wrote of, in the journal where he kept your photograph. Was it guilt, denial of what you've done? That made you take Blake's invention and turn it on those you judged to have wronged your brother. Turn his wonderful device into a weapon of murder. You use your job to locate your brother, to learn of your parents, then use it again, getting assigned to the investigations so the case will never be solved. All right. So I love that there's a lot of detective things going on instead of, fighting and punching what normally you've used to, seeing Batman, reading Batman comics. So this is basically the opposite. So this is more slowing down and Batman being the detective and using his detective skill to uncover the truth and, getting the murderer, right? And so basically he is confronting the killer and he's confessing, right? So Pennyworth, Alfred says, I don't understand what that was, his invention. It appears so lifelike. It's simple, Alfred, and fantastic. The werewolf combined two Blake's discoveries. One was synthesized image-enhancing gas. Its drug-like properties made anything look more real and alive, especially sculptures, models, animatronics to illustrate the gas effects Blake's then developed an animatronic werewolf. I'm guessing he chose the werewolf as a form of therapy, creating from his fears something of possible benefit. So I believe then the conclusion is that Blake was insane, maybe because of what happened to him. Maybe because he was an orphan, he was alone, maybe the divorce, maybe his business is failing, right? And, maybe slowly going insane and then using this drug-enhancing gas to use therapy upon himself. Maybe thinking then he was a real werewolf, although that was all in his head, not real. It's crazy. This gas, sir. Would it be the fog present at each of the werewolf attacks? Excellent, Mr. Pennyworth. You've been studying my methods. So Blake was sane? Innocent and sane? Innocent perhaps, but he needed help. His plans for the werewolf was, instance, a sail to Euro Disney, guessing from his notes, the organization in France. Blake was a great mind, but a deluded one too. Oh, God, you're right. I killed all of them. My brother, all those innocents. Yes, and Twist died tonight, trying to avenge his brother. Ironic. So now basically we have, the circle is almost complete because we still have that money laundering storyline that's been resolved. The curator's been captured. Tommy Twist is dead. Case closed, right? But what we don't see is that in the last issue, there was some kind of a werewolf cult with a woman named Raven McQuire. She was, the head of that werewolf cult. We don't see her again. There's never any mention of it. So I believe she was just a pawn in this whole thing, moving the story, more like a plot device, moving the story forward, but we don't see her. Also, I had hoped that Batman, was fighting curators, instead of, the police caught him and that's over. So this is more like a murder mystery case being solved, like a, a couple of times maybe a Scooby-Doo movie for like whodunit, and then dun dun dun, oh no, it's Inspector. It's the inspector that was the killer after all, Coleman Nash. It was so yeah, it was a little bit anticlimactic, but also fun because it's different. But I have a certain expectation when reading Batman comics, so it was nice seeing a total different take on this story, or on a Batman story in general. So yeah, so he says, strange, all the madness I encounter in Gotham, the Joker's insanity, poor tragic Harvey, Poison Ivy, yet nothing compares with the lunacy raging within so many of those involved in this case. Nash, Twist, Blake, even Courageous, sauntering around like a murderous PG. What's that? Wodehouse? Wait a minute. What's a Wodehouse? PG Wodehouse character. I don't know. Maybe some slang that I don't know. Man, it was at the root of every aspect of this drama. Every aspect. Before my flight home, I look at the city one last time, wondering if I'm happy to say goodbye to it or not. This city. This city. And then we see the city of London in its, nightly detail with Batman. This is a very big Batman. Look, are these houses? He looks like a giant. What's going on? The perspectives are completely off. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, if people are living in this house, look how tall he is. But it's the end. So guys, let me know what you think about this. I think it's weird, but I like it a lot. So yeah, I bought a couple of this Batman of Legends of the Dark Knight series. We're gonna do more of this because I like these shorter stories with weird, twisted tales of it. I don't know, man. Okay, guys, this is the end of the video. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my YouTube, and all that jazz. See you next time. Bye bye.